Welcome to Chat2Me with yours truly, Nadira Norjahan. Grab a seat, stand to your feet, rest your head, or dance instead. Whatever you choose, just be you and come along and ride with me on this fantastic voyage called life.
What's up, y'all? It is Friday evening, and the cat is making noise in the background. That's my son's cat, and she's in heat. I don't have a boyfriend for her, can't help her. But I'm gonna start doing some content, start posting some stuff, and start talking about my life again and stuff, because I got a lot of stuff that I'm finally doing. One of the things that I really want, though, I really want a mentor. I need a mentor, a business mentor. I have some business ventures that I want. I really want. I would prefer a woman. I would prefer a woman who is of color, but if it doesn't turn out that it's a woman of color, it's okay, because I had like 3 women who said that they would help me and then just dropped out of, like, for nothing, for no reason. Like, not even, like, we didn't even get to the point of really talking about what I really, well, I guess I did talk about what I wanted to do. And so I don't know if they felt like it was a competition thing, which is really not. I'm like, I'm trying to do some things and be successful, and I know I have the skill for it. I know that there are certain things that I can do, that I can do very well in business, but I refuse to get overwhelmed in doing these things by myself. So, if you know somebody who is a successful entrepreneur, woman of color preferably, but if she's not a woman of color and she is like, they're ready to help me, or at least point me in the direction of a successful businesswoman or a successful woman who is willing to mentor me or willing to even have discussions with me, because it's hard for me to find, and I know I have a lot of things that I would like to do, but I can't do them because I'm overwhelmed. It's not even about money. I don't have the money right now. I know how to access certain things. Yeah, so anyway, as I was saying, yeah, I am really, like, I really want a mentor, and I'm going to keep asking for it. So, but other than that, I do have 2 writing projects. If somebody can actually tune in with me who knows Canva very well, and I'm finalizing 2 Canva projects, but I can't get the printing part together. So it's really, I'm so frustrated. So I was thinking about something before I started recording this. I was in the mirror and I was oiling my scalp and stuff and everything. I was like, oh, she is cute. Listen, before y'all get like, y'all talk about, oh, she's being pretentious and conceited and all that. No, it's not about that. I thought I was the ugliest little girl. I did. I thought I was the ugliest little girl. They kept pinning me, pitting me against, how pretty my sister was and is. She is my sister Naya. If you know her, she is gorgeous. And I got teased in school and all kinds of things, and my hair is super back to Africa, back to Alkebulan, nappy, and I love my hair now. I'm in love with it. But I remember Lita. And Lita is, my middle name is Felita. And I remember Lita. And she did not love herself. She did not love herself. And she was not encouraged to love herself. Some people offered here and there, little words of blah, blah, blah. And honestly, it really helped. Some people did have, positive things to say. I did have, some positivity. But little girls need reinforcement, especially in this day and age, in this life that we're living in, yeah. I remember being a girl. I remember being a little girl and thinking like I was the ugliest thing on the planet. Like my teeth here were crooked. I used to lick my lips a lot because I was real nervous. And when I would lick my lips, like all this right here was dark. Looked like I had a damn mustache. For real. I had pimples. Oh my God, the zits I had the acne was bad. And I thought I was the ugliest thing on the planet. I really did. I felt like everybody hated me. There were a lot of things that happened that I won't even repeat right now because a lot of my family, they act like, I'm always trying to get attention and I'm making up stuff and stuff like that. Ain't nobody got no time to be making up no traumas, okay? But I'm not finna go through all that right this minute. I'm talking about little girls right now, like that really need, look at that. Look, my hair unraveling. Anyway, the little girls need reinforcement. They need to know that they are beautiful, especially little girls of color. What we call little girls of color. Little brown girls, little dark black girls. Ooh, man, there's some beautiful, dark skinned black girls and boys in Ghana. And here. And I have a poem called Sun-Kissed Little Black Girl. That's going to be in my new book. Yes. And really it's talking about, honoring that in these little black girls. Now, I'm not saying the little black boys that we don't have to nurture them as well. But what little girls deal with is the concept of beauty and what it is. And we need to let them know what it is and what it is not. I raised 4 boys. But I can speak on this because I was a little girl. I was a little girl that did not get that. I think up until age 8 or 9, I did get certain treatment. It was really weird. I don't know what was going on in the adults' lives around me. And see, that is another issue. What's going on in the adult's life affects the children, right? And we have to be conscious of it. Actually, uber conscious of it. Like, we gotta be so conscious of it that we are careful about what we say in front of children. Careful how we speak to them. I'm not talking about, oh well, and blah, 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 and all this other little, super soft parenting, because I don't think super soft parenting works for today's children. It didn't, it's never worked. And when I say super soft parenting, I mean, oh, put that down. Oh, don't do that. Blah, blah, blah. We have to be firm and consistent. A firm voice without abuse in it works, right? Put that down now. You hear that? That's authority. I didn't need to hit nobody for it. It's authority, right? And so what we're seeing a lot of is this social media, not just social media. You see it on the street. You're putting weave, this kind of weave, this don't belong in a little girl's hair. But guess what? This right here is a little girl weave. This came out of a packet that is made for little girls. I kid you not. Okay, it was kitty. I usually use the kid one because, and this is the crochet part, and this is the length, that's for, this is, but anyway, I digress. Little girls need to have the opportunity to be little girls. Like I see now, they're starting with the stupid dance moms thing, and nothing against dance moms. But the whole thing about it, oh, you're going to be a dancer, and you're going to, and all this pressure on children about vanity and about, pressures outside of their growth, outside of them growing. Like, it's not fair. It's not fair. Now, when I was little, my artistic and academic capabilities or abilities were not nourished. They were not. Now, in the beginning, my academics were in, very beginning up until about maybe 3rd or 4th grade. But again, whatever was going on with the adults in my life was affecting me, and nobody was watching. Nobody was watching. Watch. Talk to your children. Let your little dark skin, brown skin, light skin, white skin, purple, whatever, yellow, whatever skin child know that they are beautiful. If your little girl is a little, what we call pink toes, which I think that's a cute name, pink toes. If she is what we call white, which we know white people ain't white, they just, they're pink, basically. We're brown, we're not really black like this, well, actually there are some people who are black. But anyway, I digress. Whatever your child is, remember that child is going to be a functioning adult. That person, that little person is going to have to face adulting sooner than you think. And it's so important, especially these little girls, especially these little black girls, little brown girls, little, lighter skinned girls. But they all understand what true beauty is, and that is inside. And that what's on the outside, that they should take care of and nourish. For those who sit up there and say, oh, that's an ugly person, or oh, that's a, what makes a person attractive is care, self-care. And that is what needs to be taught. Not that your lips are too big, or your lips are too small, your nose is too pointy, or your nose is too small, or it's too wide, and Your eyes are too close together. Your eyes are too far apart. You got small eyebrows, big eyebrows. Your forehead's too big. Your forehead's too small. You look like this. Like, none of that. Accentuate what you got. Take care of what you got. Who you are. Be the best person inside. That's what we should be teaching them, right? And how much more do you think that these little girls are going to succeed at being women? But also teaching them life skills and relationship skills. Actually, none of the children seem to be getting that. Not none of the children, but you understand what I'm saying in general. Generally, children are not getting that type of education. It was missed with us. It was missed with the generation before me. I'm 52 years old. It was missed with our grandparents, our great-grandparents, and it's time to break the cycle, right? It's time to teach little humans how to grow up and be big humans that are functioning empathically and with empathy and compassion and love, so that they can find more joy and they could be healed whole people, right? That can actually be in relationship with other people. Because see, what's happening now is there's a revelation going on, right? You're seeing a lot more people leaving their families. A lot more people are doing that. Why? Why do you think that is? Because the trauma overpowers. Like, as soon as you try to make a decision to actually mend fences, not everybody is on board with mending the fence. So when everybody's not on board with mending the fence, somebody says, oh, well, I remember who you used to be, or I remember when you did this, and I can't let go of who you used to be to allow you to be this brand new person or brand new spirit that you are. And some people will not allow that, and okay. But what happens often is that, that person who is desperately trying to grow, and I know I'm definitely speaking of myself, have to let go of connections in order to grow, because it's kind of like, holding you like, yeah, and this is you when you, yeah, and trying to hold you on to, trying to lock you in to a negative place. So if we don't, break the cycle by taking care of our youth now, then they're going to be doing the same thing. It's going to be the same thing. They're going to be doing the same thing. They're going to be, the girls are even, right now, they're over sexualized beyond what I ever thought. Let me tell you this. My family used to think that I was what they call a hot ass. That's what they thought I was. When what happened to me at 13 years old happened, there was a lie that was said, right, about me. And I'm not going to go all into it right now, but there was a lie that was put out there on me. I was 13 years old. And from then on, I had a life of turmoil that did not have to be. If there was nurturing, if someone spoke to me, if someone asked me what was going on, what happened, all kinds of things, if someone had just sat down and talked to me, I said, what happened? What happened? What are you feeling? What, back in the day, it was seen and not heard and all that stuff that you hear about people my age. That's exactly what we went through. And just because we survived that trauma, we don't want anyone else to have to deal with this trauma. I mean, yeah, right now these kids kind of seem like very, very weak. I don't know what's going on. Some of these 20 year olds and 30-year olds, they're like, great. I'm grateful for the ones that are not, because there are several that are not, but there are many of them that are just like so privileged. And I think it's because the ones of us that survived, we trying to give our kids everything. And it's kind of backfiring. So we really need to find a sense of balance, and really, like, we need to talk to our children. We need to know what's going on in their lives. We need to put restrictions and be firm and consistent. When we say, oh, you ain't playing that game tonight, we need to take that game. And that game ain't getting played tonight. You know what I'm saying? And being firm and consistent, it can cause trouble. Like with me, when I was raising my boys, it was very, very difficult. I did not have any emotional support or parental support or any of that, so I was winging it with raising boys, and that was difficult. So, and part of that like issue for me was because I didn't have my dad in my life. Oh, okay, a lot of us don't have our dad in our life. I mean, he was in my life, but he wasn't in my life, if you get me. But not having that foundation as a girl for who I was, because it was hard for me to know what it was supposed to be, what it meant to be a woman. It was very hard for me to teach my boys how to be a man. I couldn't even figure out what this womanhood thing was about. So at the same time, I'm trying to figure that out while trying to teach them how to be men. So talk to your children. Talk to your little girls. Ask her, how do you feel? Do you love your hair, baby? I love your hair. You have the most beautiful face. Oh my gosh. You are so beautiful. Take them to a mirror and let them see all their beautiful features and accent those features. Not meaning put little lipstick on little girls and eyeshadow on little girls. Let them be a little girl in their natural state and show them how beautiful they are, man. Look at your beautiful nappy hair. Oh, girl, yeah, you got the perfect hair to lock. Or look at your beautiful blonde hair or black hair or whatever it is. Look at you. You are beautiful. So, I'm going to try to wrap this up. But I'm going to say this, right? And so, most people know I am a Pan-African, right? So, I'm very much for, black people. I'm very much for the African and unity of the African and fighting the plight of the African across the world because we are still disenfranchised. However, I will say this. We are biding time on this planet. We are all of us are spirits in a body. Spirits in a body. Now, what I cannot be convinced of is that there's any one color or creed, race, whatever you want to call it, that is a devil over another or an angel over another. Because I done seen some terrible terrible what we call white folks. I've seen some terrible what we call Asians. I have seen some terrible what we call black folks. I have seen some terrible everybody's. Because y'all know I've traveled and I've met people and I've been in situations where I've gotten to meet people from all around the world. And I've met thieves. I have met murderers. I have met debaucherers, cheaters, liars. And they were every color. Every color. And so these little children that we're raising are really the Rainbow Coalition. That's what they are. Divided. Because really, for real, and, say what you wanna, all the biological information is all in the science books, so I ain't even got to talk about all of that. But what I am going to talk about is the fact that we really have to make up our minds what we're going to do about this world. What are we going to do? Are we going to continue to let ourselves be divided by foolishness and teach these children, or not take our time? We're so busy and involved in our own trauma that we're not going to take our children and talk to them. Or are we going to continue telling them, well, yeah, you better start fighting and you better bust her in the mouth and yeah, shoot them up and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Well, trust me, I'm from Philly, so please don't come at me and talk about, yeah, you don't know what you're talking about. I know exactly what I'm talking about. Are we going to keep calling them out of their names? Just because you live in a trailer park don't mean you got to give the trailer park to the kid. Come here, you little nigga, and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. Is that really what we should be depositing into our future? So these are seeds, right? They're seeds. We're sowing. And as we're sowing these seeds, we better be very, very careful how we nurture them, how we how we water them, how we care for them, or else they're going to die. And come on, man. Come on. So that's what I was thinking about today. It's like, wow. What could I have been? Not saying that I'm not happy, because I am. I'm happy. I'm happy now, but what I had to do to fight to get to this happiness. What the things that I went through. And had there been more adults in my life who really gave me that nurturing and their care. Listen, I ain't calling y'all out, and I'm not saying, and I have forgiven, and I have all of that, you know what I'm saying, and whatever. Okay? But my story could have been so much sweeter, and everything that I have to offer now, I could have offered much more to the universe if I had been nurtured and not pissed on. It's just keeping it real. It's like somebody, they took me, put me in the ground, prayed for me to get here. Prayed for me to get here and put me in the ground in good soil, because I come from some fantastic, talented, oh my God, my family is talented, intelligent people, gorgeous people. And when I say aesthetically gorgeous, but had I been planted and nurtured, and if one of those other people outside of this specific circle that I was in had actually, instead of talking about me, talking about my situation, had actually spoken to me as a girl, had asked me what's going on, how can we help, anything like that, if they had fought for me, if someone had said, you know what, you are such a beautiful girl, you know, and been consistent with it. And said, hey, you're having trouble with your studies. Let me help you with that. Let me help you with your homework. Let me help you. Let me see how I can help you advance. Let me help you keep your hair neat. Let me help you get your skin clean. Let me help you. So, while the ball may have been dropped when I was younger, it's okay. It's all right. I'm happy now. But what my message is that don't let there be another, little girls and little boys are our responsibility. We're responsible for them. They come into this world. They don't ask to be here. But we are responsible for nurturing them, raising them. We are the elders that have been through the muck and the mire. So it's not our job to throw them out there just so that they can go ahead and go through the same stuff that we went through. That's not what it's supposed to be. Now, what we're supposed to do is give them instruction, tell them, don't go over there. And if they go over there and then they come back limping, then we can patch them up and say, I told you. You know what I mean? When we tell them something, when we tell them things, we need to be firm and consistent. No, you are not allowed to wear those little tight pants anywhere. No, you are not allowed to wear this grown this and grown that. No, you are not allowed to go out to this party and that party and I don't know where you going. I don't know who you with. No, I will not say words that are meant to hurt and not to heal. You know, we're going to have to make changes in order to see a better tomorrow. We are going to have to establish, we're going to have to decide what we're going to give these youth. Are we going to give them better opportunity, or are we going to be the hurt people that hurt them? They say hurt people, and are we going to be the ones to do that? Or are we going to be the ones to say, okay, I want to see you grow. I want to help you grow. I want to help you to be the best, very best, the very best human possible. Now, I be on this, I talk about this a lot. I talk about this often enough, right? Where I used to. I haven't been doing any videos for a while, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do more. And then we're going to talk about some other stuff, like love. I'm always talking about love, and I'm not talking about romantic love. I'm talking about love. Love that feels good. Grandmama's hugs. I miss my grandma's hugs, man. I used to go into the house at 5101 Winfield Avenue in Philadelphia, boy, and I could not wait to get to my grandma's hugs. I couldn't, man. It was just something about her that, I miss. And, good, bad, or indifferent, those hugs, boy. And when I went to Ghana, I don't know, I did share this with some people, but there was a woman who I met, the first elder that I met, gave me this big hug. She was like 4'11", and she gave me a hug that felt like I was hugging Big Mama. She was like this big, soaking wet. And so, it's very important that we understand love, what love is, right? And that ties back into what I was talking about today. But, you know, we're going to talk more about love, and we're going to talk about family, and we're going to talk about why it's important for us to start doing things differently, right? So right now we're in, like I said, right now a lot of people, and I know it's not just me, a lot of people are cutting ties. There's this boy named Anthony Q, and you can look up his song. It's called Cutting Ties, and it makes perfect sense, because a lot of times when you get in you go back into relationships that used to consistently hurt you, and you try to go back into those relationships, a lot of times it doesn't work, because they can't accept who you are. They can't accept the new you. All they can see is who you used to be. So sometimes you got to walk away from that just so that you can grow. And it's unfortunate, it hurts, and we don't want our children that are growing up now to have to go through that. I want them to have healthy families, and stronger bonds, right? Stronger bonds. That's love, y'all. That's love. And we really need to teach it. We need to teach it more. Of course, you know, we're going to be talking about other stuff, but, you know, y'all, anybody who knows me know I sing about love, I write about love, and I talk about love a lot. Why? Because it's the beginning and the end. What is the beginning and the end? God is the beginning and the end. So God is love, and so that is the beginning and the end. The Alpha, the Omega is love, 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 love. And honestly, yes, there's anger. Yes, there's hurt. Yes, there's pain. All these other things. The thing that is the balm, BALM, for all this hurt and pain and tragedy and trauma and all of that is love. It's very plain and simple. It's very plain. And when I say it's plain and simple, a lot of people will say, it's not, love is not plain and simple. Then that's not love. Love doesn't hurt. Love is pure. And if it hurts, it's not love. It's something else, with maybe some love mixed in there, or maybe obsession, or maybe infatuation, or maybe attachment, because that's my family member, so I gotta be attached. Or maybe this is a person that I'm used to, or that she was my best friend because we grew up together, or but it's not really love, because maybe that person really doesn't love you. Are we really practicing to be better lovers? That's the question. So, thank you for being with me. My son done bought me some cantaloupe. So, I'm going to, and my battery is dying. Yeah, thanks. But I'll be back more, y'all. We're going to be talking. And I am taking a trip to Philly. And I'm so excited, because I haven't been to Philly in a few years. A couple years. So, yeah. So, in the meantime, in between time, love on each other. Love on each other. Because love is the beginning and the end. Alright, y'all. Love you. Deuces.